Coming up on this episode.
It is almost like a pseudo-religion in by itself, and that's something I find very, very fascinating.
How insanely fast does it work?
Yeah. I want to be clear. When she says manifesting, what she's talking about is she's talking about bringing into existence or forcing the reaction of something that cannot be physically forced.
I know what to do. What we need to do is turn on our critical thinking caps so as to not be sold onto what she tries to sell us.
She wants you to just blindly obey and do as she says.
Real therapists have to go to school, maybe get a degree or something to do their job, while I'm guessing there's no similar system of oversight for being a mindset coach. Hello, Internet. This is Red Angel Sophia here on another edition of Tearing Down Terrible Videos Together. And I have two guests with me this time, Tylo and Alex. So, Tylo, would you like to tell us a bit about yourself?
Yes, I am a self-proclaimed Satanist, and I am a member of the TST Temple, and I'm looking forward to this video.
And for our viewing audience who don't really know what a Satanist is, or who think they know what a Satanist is but don't really, do you mind explaining?
Yes. So we believe in free thought and open religious belief, but we don't believe in a theistic God. So,
do you believe
Satan
in a devil?
Kind of like, no. Satan is most definitely a figment of the imagination and at best an allegory for Uncle Sam.
Okay, Alex, tell us about yourself.
Hey everyone, my name is Alex, and my background is in physics. Graduated from Masters of Physics, and I also have a small background in machine learning. And similar to Tylo, I guess I would say I'm a member of the Satanic Church too, but not that Satan.
Anyways, today we are going to be reviewing, as this is Tearing Down Terrible Videos Together. The terrible video that we will be reviewing today is called The Ultimate Law of Attraction Hack Works Fast. And it is by someone named Mary Kate. Does anyone else have anything to say before we start with this video?
You go ahead, Tyler.
But do you want to do our plug here, or is that at the
end? We usually plug them a few times interspersed throughout it, but I may as well mention now that there's someone we know named Alfred, who is a transgender person who's trying to escape from the southern United States because it's getting very dangerous for transgender people there. For this moment, I will have for the moment a QR code to his GoFundMe on the screen, and I'll figure out in editing where exactly I'm going to put that QR code in this screen, because usually I have it when we're actually viewing the video. So I'll figure out in editing when to put it in here. And the link to his GoFundMe is also going to be in the YouTube video description area for this episode. And plus, I also am going to link it either in my main page of links or in a special causes we support section in my page of links, and my page of links is at redangelsophia.com. Remember, I spell Sophia with a PH. Anyone else got anything to say?
I think you had something, Alex.
Yeah, it's just in regards to the Mary Kate video. It's a very interesting recommendation by Red Angel. It is almost like a pseudo religion by itself, and that's something I find very, very fascinating.
So without any further ado, let's get to the video in question.
What I'm about to share with you is one of my absolute favorite law of attraction and manifesting hacks. And I'm going to warn you, when you master this, it works insanely fast. I actually started...
How insanely fast does it work?
So
if you... She doesn't give a thing.
Yeah, and if you read the comments, you have testimonies from everyone. And the time range in which the super fast happens can range from within a few days to a few weeks to, I think, a few months even. So it's just very arbitrary.
Yeah, it can't make our pseudoscientific results too falsifiable.
Using this probably about a year ago, and the rate of acceleration I've seen within my own manifesting process has been insane. Like, things that have realistically should have taken years are showing up within months and even weeks. Yes, weeks. And it's not just me. I've actually shared this with a lot of my one-on-one clients, and they've seen massive acceleration as well.
Which you, of course, have mentioned in having seen. Alex, I believe you visited her website.
Yes. And I did a quick snooping around.
Yeah. I want to be clear. When she says manifesting, what she's talking about is she's talking about bringing into existence or forcing the reaction of something that cannot be physically forced.
You mean her definition of manifesting?
Yes.
Because, yeah, it's a very, very general sweeping statement, if you ask me.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be, it seems to be very colloquial and not very scientifically in nature to begin with. It also would appear that later on, she is trying to take advantage of certain individuals, specifically individuals who are not tech savvy.
And people who don't understand how observation...
And she uses a couple other words out of context. It sounds very much like a shyst.
This with a lot of my one-on-one clients, and they've seen massive acceleration as well. I can't wait to share this manifesting hack with you. But before we do, and before we get into this video, you know what to do.
Let me guess. I know what to do. What we need to do is turn on our critical thinking, so our critical thinking caps, so as to not be sold onto what she tries to sell us. That's what we need to do, but I'm guessing that's not what she means.
No, that's not what she wants.
Yeah. So let's go on.
Just go ahead and hit that little thumbs up button right down there below if you are calling in manifesting results.
So I was right. That's not what she had in mind.
Yeah, no. She wants you to just blindly obey and do as she says.
Fast this year. Hello and welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, my name is Mary Kate and I'm a mindset coach, manifesting expert, and founder of...
What is a mindset coach and what the frell is a manifesting expert?
I'm going to assume that she means something kind of like a prosperity coach or a what are they called? Like hype man kind of thing, where it's like, yeah, you're doing great, feel good about yourself, kind of thing.
I like it.
I just. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I remember in a Netflix series Hilda, where there's this elf who's giving the main character a realistic assessment of the situation, and then she finally says, "Why can't you just be supportive and say you can do it?" And then finally the elf says, "You can do it, Hilda. Statement for encouraging purposes only. You may not actually be able to do it."
Yeah. That sounds like it's straight out of Disenchanted.
It's not Disenchanted. It's another Netflix series called Hilda.
Hilda. Okay. Oh.
Well, in regards to the mindset coach, it's more akin to like a person trying to be a therapist. And I would say, like, if you have a friend who's willing to lend an ear to listen and give, emotional affirmation, that would, I think you would call it a mindset coach as well.
Oh, so
only that real therapists have to go to school, maybe get a degree or something to do their job, while I'm guessing there's no similar system of oversight for being a mindset coach.
Yeah. Because I could just slap a plaque up on the wall that says mindset coach and everyone would have to believe it.
And I'm assuming that a manifesting expert is just as concretely defined, right?
Defined and disingenuous. Oh yeah, most definitely. So let's go on.
What?
Sorry. I must have a delay. Go ahead.
My whole channel is all about law of attraction, manifesting, meditations, and more. So be sure to subscribe. I would love to have you here. So let's face it. Everyone wants to manifest things fast. We are in a society where everything can happen instantly. Remember the old days where you had to go to a library to learn about something or research about something?
I remember those old days.
I now have Google.
Yeah.
Anything you were curious about, you had to go to the library and actually look it up. And now we can literally have the answer to any question that pops into our mind within 30 seconds or less through a smartphone.
I have rarely had a question that could be answered that quickly.
Oh, I bet it could be answered that quickly, but for you to comprehend the answer probably takes a little longer.
Well,
so
often to find it...
deep thoughts.
Well, often to find the answer to my question, it often takes like at least... I mean, I'm thinking that it's a really fast day if I can get my answer in 5 minutes. That's like really great. It's like... Yes, Alex?
Yeah, I think the type of information that she's talking about being searched in 30 minutes is internet trivia rather than searching on the topic.
Yeah, like maybe it's like just somebody suggested. So you're saying that it's just like quick trivia rather than actually any in-depth questions. Is what you're saying, right?
Yeah, like I don't know, the capital of Mongolia or something like that. But yeah, usually if you're trying to look for a deeper topic, then one would spend, I don't know, an hour or more on it.
Yeah, when I was growing up, you would not have to go to the library for that. You could usually find it. Most people had an encyclopedia in their home and could look up something like that in their encyclopedia. So, are we ready to go on?
Yes.
Times have changed a lot. We expect things immediate and fast. And of course, the same applies to manifesting. We think of something we want, we ask for it, we hold the space, we follow the steps, and then we want it right now. And I totally get it. That's normal based on the way we're programmed in society. It's the instant gratification that we are programmed to expect. But when it comes to manifesting, time really is an illusion.
Time is an illusion that helps
And so
things
are my
make
pants.
sense. And I don't want to sing more because I don't want to get copyright struck or anything.
Yes. But so to this point, what she's saying and what she said was holding this in its place, or holding it in your mind's place, or whatever she said. That's like holding an idea in your mind, and somehow that has a dramatic effect on the world around you. And while having an idea of what you want to do is a good thing, thinking that just having the idea in your head that is going to promote some kind of positive change or positive attitude for you is not exactly true.
Yeah. And when she says time is an illusion, I'm guessing that she's not thinking the same thing that Albert Einstein would mean when he'd say something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, in regards to time, the effects of time are obviously measurable in many different ways. But what people fail to measure, for example, is, Tylo, as you say, holding an idea in your head and trying to see if it has real world influence. If it needs some scientific or physical leg to stand on, we need to be able to find a sort of measurement to have that to work, or to have any basis to call it scientific.
Yeah, it's got to be testable and repeatable, and she's not very testable or repeatable.
Yeah.
Because everything you desire is already here and it already exists. You just have to align with it and attract it.
What the frell does that mean?
I want a whatever expensive graphics card right now. It's not happening.
But what does it mean to align yourself with it and attract it?
Well, and this is what that pseudoscience that I was talking about, where it's, I think she's referring to aligning like your chakras or something like that. Like, that's the closest I could come to understanding what she was trying to say when you align yourself, quote unquote.
Is there any scientific basis at all for chakras?
Not particularly.
Not that I know of. The concept of chakra, I believe, last I've read, is similar to like the concept of qi in Chinese culture, and it's just this imagine inner energy that you have with you that somehow connects with the cosmos.
Oh, so like a soul or anything like that.
Typically, what I see with a lot of clients and even personal friends is that they follow a few steps and they think they did everything correctly. But then when it doesn't show up right away or by the deadline that they set, they panic or get frustrated or just give up. But the thing about manifesting is that the magic truly happens when it looks like that thing isn't happening and isn't going to show up. And then the very last second, it shows up anyway.
again, to make sure we can't allow it to be falsifiable. That means that if you manifest something and it does show up, that proves that it works. While if you manifest something and it doesn't show up, instead of letting that actually count against the method, it just means you gave up too soon or something. In other words,
didn't do it
heads
right.
yeah. In other words, heads I win, tails you lose.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's a name for that fallacy. I've
I'm sure there
heard,
is.
yeah, because I've heard that also used to describe the 12-step systems. You know, if I ever find a video of the 12-step systems, we should probably do an episode on the 12. If we can find a specific video to comment on, it would be great
Yeah.
if we did an episode on the 12-step system, but we'd have to find a target video to respond to.
Yeah.
In regards to the fallacy, the one that I can think of is what's called goal shifting, because
Okay.
yeah,
Let me Google
because
that.
when she says when you feel like it's not gonna happen, it will happen eventually, or something to that effect. So when when you're manifesting and it's not happening, you because of what she said, you have to tell yourself, right, it will happen eventually. Just keep on waiting. It will happen. And if it happens, it happens, right? But then if it doesn't happen, she's effectively saying, keep on going, it will happen eventually. And that's a perpetual goal shifting right there.
Man, I so much identify with what you're saying with regards to my deconversion, that some people will, that the fact that the fact that there was clearly nobody listening to my prayers back when I believed in God, some would say, people would also say I gave up on God too soon, because
I've had that said to me too.
Because apparently an omnipotent, omniscient, omnibenevolent being needed more time.
Yeah. The guy who could snap his fingers and do whatever needed more time to snap his fingers and do whatever.
There is this beauty and power and magic in creation. So let's get into this powerful manifesting hack that I swear by. But also, let me be clear. It's not up to you to control the timing or force anything to happen based on what you think is best. It's more about allowing.
God works in mysterious ways.
Oh, I hate that saying so much.
I think if there's a bit of skepticism in you and you're watching this, you will be saying, oh my God, it's same thing, like God works in mysterious ways. It's exactly the same thing.
Or another phrase that is often used in religious circles: "Thy will, not my will."
I've heard that before too. Yes.
But this hack will make your manifestation show up much more quickly than if you hadn't used this. So here it goes. I always say, what you expect is what you attract, because expectations are a fundamental force in what you experience. Think about all of the expectations you have on a daily basis. You expect to wake up, maybe at a certain time, maybe not.
Yeah, I expect to wake up because so far, most days of my life, that's what happened. So I pretty much expect that what's happened.
What she's saying here, and what I draw issue with, is things that we can verify scientifically and things that we can do on a repeatable basis are somehow also part of this manifesting process. And they actually have nothing to do with this quote unquote manifesting process. And that somehow the fact that we get up in the morning and we go to bed at night and we do all these normal things throughout our day, that it builds this predication of what we expect. Now, we expect things to work a certain way, but that's based on a scientific understanding of this is how the universe works. And what she is suggesting is not how the universe works. It's not even part of the laws or part of the setup.
Well, she did mention it being a fundamental force, and she's now, I think from now onwards in this video, she's diving more and more into quantum mysticism, because you're starting to hear like all the scientific buzzwords popping up, and it's very similar to what people like Deepak Chopra is doing.
Yeah, I've also heard people
it does sound very reminiscent of Deepak Chopra.
I've also heard Christian pastors use pseudoscientific buzzwords and stuff to bolster their religious views, and actually planted some pretty messed up ideas in my head that took a while after I stopped believing in God to expunge them.
Yeah, that's indoctrination. And even when you deconvert from your religion, there are like subtle things in your former religion that really, really takes a lot of time to get rid of.
You expect to have coffee or tea.
What?
Sorry,
or eat breakfast.
What you're saying.
Or not. You expect to maybe go to work, or you have a morning workout. You expect to eat at a certain time, be home at a certain time, go to bed at a certain time. You expect to see certain people, talk to certain people, experience certain things throughout your day.
Well, again, I'm pretty sure that my expectations are a result of those things happening so regularly. They are not the reason why those things happen so regularly, but they're rather a result of these regularities.
Yeah, you hit it on the head. It's because of the things, not why the things.
And in turn, that creates your reality. These are all expectations that you've created based on your routine. But imagine if you expected the thing that you want as being real. What if you were able to shift into a certain energetic frequency to attract much quicker?
What the frell does she mean, energetic frequency?
So
there you go.
Belief. I'll let Alex handle this one.
What?
You go ahead, Tylo.
Okay, so there is a quantum mystic belief that you can adjust your vibrational frequency within the universe, which, if I remember correctly, atoms vibrate at 4.1 gigahertz or something like that, like some innocuous number. And supposedly shifting up or down from that puts you in a different plane of existence, and so therefore things change as according to how the laws of physics work. Supposedly, how that works. But the problem is no one's ever actually done it, so we can't test it and we can't prove it. Therefore, it's bunk science.
Yeah, that's no longer scientific. Yeah, and in regards to energy frequency, so usually how it works in physics and quantum physics is that when you're writing equations, the first thing you do is to establish, right, I have this amount of energy, and this energy can be transferred to my particle to do, certain stuff. And in regards to the law of attraction, I have yet to see, someone propose an equation and to put this, whatever energy frequency into this equation and see what we can do, what sort of predictions we can make, if it, influence anything at all.
Okay. So let's go on.
I want to show you how to do right now. So here's how it all works and what to do. The way this hack works is by shifting energies and changing your expectations, because what you expect is what you attract. I'll be saying this a lot because I have to drive this one home. It's so important. What you expect is what you attract. So in order to do this manifesting hack, you're going to have to grab a paper and pen, and let's get started.
Okay, so finally she's ready to cut to the chase. I had to actually, by the way, in case you all didn't notice, I slightly increased the playback speed. Is everyone okay with that?
Yes. She was taking too long to get to her point, and I agree with speeding her up.
Yeah.
The first thing you're going to do is write down the words, I am certain, followed by whatever it is that you intend to manifest. And I mean, actually write it. Don't just type this on your computer. Don't just say this in your mind. In order for this manifesting hack to truly work, you have to write it down on paper. So you're going to write down the words, I am certain, and then insert the thing that you intend to manifest, but do it in present tense. It is so important.
Yeah. So you have to, so again, she says you can't just type it on the computer, but you have to write it.
And this is where
This
is where she's intentionally trying to take advantage of people with an older school of thought that are not tech savvy. Because there is an actual scientific study, and I forget the name of it offhand, but they studied how socially we remember things, and we have a better chance of remembering them via writing or making a list. And one of those ways was actually type computer. And so she says typing it out on a computer or writing it down, and she says writing it down is better. She's actually wrong and mistaken, because we as a species write down things on both the computer or in pencil and have the same amount of memory elasticity involved.
Oh, interesting. Because she's about to get to that.
The thing that you intend to manifest, but do it in present tense. It is so important that you actually write this, because there is power and scientific proof that writing things down helps solidify it in your mind.
Which, of course, you already debunked it before she said that, right?
Yes. She says that there's scientific proof, but her scientific proof is unproven, whereas there is an actual study of memory elasticity that does cover this, and it did say in the results that making a list via either writing it on a computer or writing it in pen or pencil did have an actual effect on whether or not a subject remembered what they were doing.
But it says that typing is just as good.
Yes.
Yeah. So, and so I was not able to find any actual scientific references. Was anyone else able to find any scientific references that she provides, even to not just to necessarily a scientific paper, but even to a science communication publication? Was anyone here able to find her providing any actual reference, or was she just saying so?
She was just claiming it without actual proof.
Yeah.
So when I did a brief dive into it, rather than references to, I mean, I did find references in regards to this, but it's actually a criticism from the scientific community, unfortunately.
Oh no!
Yeah, there you go.
And did you have to use Google or other search engines, or did she actually provide any of those links?
No, I had to search those stuff for myself externally, and the thing is, oftentimes when when it comes to law of attraction, for example, oftentimes if you're linking things that are outside of that will bring you to websites outside of the scientific community, where or official scientific publications. And in that regards, you do not have room for any peer review or any scrutiny. So when you're searching for this, the response from the scientific community is pretty much just very, very critical on the law of attraction.
So don't skip this step. Get off your chair, go get that paper and pen, and actually write the words, I am certain, followed by the intention of what you want. And make sure you write this in present tense. That's extremely important to note.
So one can't say, I am going to have blank. I already have blank.
Yeah, you're supposed to say, I already have. And then you're supposed to wait 3 to 4 weeks or whatever, and it's supposed to happen. And it doesn't.
For example, I am certain that I have blank. I am certain that blank is mine. I am certain that I have more money than I know what to do with. I
am certain that I am the Queen of Philadelphia.
Yeah, yeah.
How's that?
I am certain that I have the most amazing, supportive, loving partner. I am certain that this is mine. So you write down the words, I am certain, followed by a statement of the thing that you intend to manifest in present tense as if it's already here and that you're certain of it. And after you write it down, I want you to sit in the feeling and the energy.
Oy vey, Mia. What does she mean by sit in the energy?
Once again, it's a pseudoscience belief going back to chakras.
Certain of it. And after you write it down, I want you to sit in the feeling and the energy of being certain that it's yours for as long as you need. And this feeling of certainty can feel different for each person. Maybe it just feels like this wave of comfort and relief that you are so certain of it that you don't have to worry about when and how. Just feel the feelings of being 100% totally certain that it's going to happen. And it's so obvious that you can't imagine it not happening.
So basically, let's say I'm wanting to be the Queen of Philadelphia. I sit marinating in the certainty that I am the Queen of Philadelphia. If I successfully convince myself so strongly that I am the Queen of Philadelphia, I'll then go out and whatever I see, I will interpret that as confirmation that I really am the Queen of Philadelphia. Because when you are that convinced of something, isn't that what happens to your perception?
Isn't that lying to yourself and also a mental disorder?
Yeah, but what I'm saying is if I make myself that certain that I am the Queen of Philadelphia, and I go out and it seems that I'm the Queen of Philadelphia, that doesn't mean that I've become the Queen of Philadelphia. That just means that I've gotten so good at lying to myself that everything looks to me like I'm the Queen of Philadelphia.
And also, I would like to add that there's so many parallels in this law of attraction to prayer in your typical religion, especially in Abrahamic religion, where you need to set your expectations in a line. Man, I'm trying to use her lingo here, right? Her jargon here to align yourself and with in terms of energetic frequency. It's the same thing like in Christianity, you're asked to have the enough faith or enough faith for your prayers to, let's say, manifest it, dare I say. So it's the same thing with in regards to law of attraction. You manifesting is like you praying. Energy alignment is like having faith or expectation. That's in regards to faith in prayers.
Now, the law of attraction is especially big in the pagan community.
Yeah, but
Now,
see,
hashtag not all pagan. What?
yeah, hashtag not all pagans.
But hashtag the many of the really big pagans in the pagan community think that their beliefs are authoritative for all think that their beliefs, even though they say that they don't think their beliefs are authoritative, they act like they think that their beliefs are authoritative for all pagans. And they basically, no matter what system someone is in, they kind of try to impose their stuff on you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no. However, not all pagans are as pushy about it as certain Christians.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So, but the thing is, but anyways, there's a lot of pagans who are deep into the law of attraction, and you would like go in there and somebody would advise you one place where you can seek for some financial help to get into a program that you need to get to. So they're like, but don't say that you have financial difficulties, because that attracts financial difficulties because of the law of attraction.
So. Yeah.
In other words, you can't admit. In other words, you can't really admit that you have certain problems that you have, which kind of hamstrings any effort to look for a solution, to constructively look for a solution. What?
No, yeah, I agree wholeheartedly.
Just like how you were totally certain of the things that you expect throughout your day, explore the feeling of certainty that this thing will for sure happen no matter what. What does that feel like to you? And I know that you probably want an exact amount of time to sit in this feeling, but the amount of time that you need is different for each and every person. It's based on your thoughts and your beliefs and your resistance about this thing that you want. It'll determine how long you need to stay in this feeling. So I can't get.
So basically, again, she's giving it herself a way out so that if it doesn't happen, she could just say, oh, you didn't wait long and you didn't give it long enough.
It's essentially goalpost shifting again. And also, in regards to faith healing, when you're praying for whatever illness or disease that you have to go away and it doesn't go away, people often say you do not have enough faith, and that's another example of huge goalpost shifting there.
But I thought you only need a mustard seed of faith.
And you can already move mountains, so they say.
Yeah, so what happened to that mustard seed of faith line?
Give you an exact answer of like 10 minutes, 20 minutes, an hour. Do what feels best for you. You will know how long to do it based on how you feel. So trust that and trust yourself. When you use this manifesting hack, you are tapping into the same energetic frequency of the thing that you want, and therefore you're attracting it much more quickly. The feeling of certainty has a really powerful energetic force behind it because
and it also has a very powerful ability to make you perceive things in ways they aren't.
it shapes your physical reality. So if you are putting out the energy of certainty that you know and expect it fully that it will show up, it sets forth an activation of your desire. Did you know that there are actually 6 principles that, when used in a specific order, create an activation for your desire to show up in your reality? Yes, this is really how it works.
No, it's not.
Too bad she doesn't go into the 6 principles. Because I would have liked to have known them, but she doesn't.
Alex, does she say anywhere on her site what her 6 principles are?
She did it, but they're more like headers, and they do not go into too much details. I believe on her website, if you want to dive deep into this, you have to pay for her training course, which is like $347.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
Of course.
Okay, wait.
Of course,
so
my videos.
Yeah,
My
yeah.
videos you can
I'll
watch.
briefly, I'll briefly read out the 6 principles.
Okay.
Oh wait, she only gave 5? What? Okay, one of them is quantum physics techniques to accelerate your desire. The second one is how to balance and clear your energy to manifest with ease. Then the third is step-by-step techniques to follow to complete the activation of your desire. The next is how to clear your blocks and get rid of resistance. And the last one, number 1 secret to speeding your manifesting. These sound more like chapters actually. But then
Yeah,
she's
they're not
calling it
chapters, they're
steps.
principles.
Yeah, there you go. And I guess you have to buy her course to get deep into that.
Does her idea of what does her idea of what quantum physics is in any ways match up with what quantum physics actually is?
Definitely not. She The difference between her and Deepak Chopra, I find, is that she mentions buzzwords, right? And that's where it ends. Deepak Chopra, on the other hand, mentions buzzwords, and he tries to sort of shoehorn spirituality into quantum mechanics and tries to make it work. And to those who are not familiar with QM, quantum mechanics, it kind of makes sense. But for Mary Kate, for example, she just says buzzwords, but didn't exactly go too deep into it.
So she's
I
a
don't
buzzword fake.
understand quantum mechanics, but it still doesn't make sense to me.
So she's a buzzword fake.
There you go.
And it really is that simple. And I've developed an entire system that shows you exactly what to do, when to do it, and how inside of the manifesting activation system. This system works for each and everything that you intend to manifest using a combination of quantum physics, energy work, subconscious programming, and mindset work designed to clear resistance, shift your energy, and create new beliefs and expectations about what you get to have. It's truly groundbreaking and the results are incredible. So if you want to find out more and get instant access, I will leave a link up here and a link down below, but this will truly change the way that you manifest. And
Oh
And now would
boy.
be a great time to plug our wonderful friend and his stuff again.
Oh yes. We don't think that changing your expectations will manifest anything, but sometimes your generous funds can. And we don't charge you any money to watch. And there's no money charged to watch these videos here. But we will.
But if you would like to donate,
yes, if you like to donate, there's a good cause that you can donate to. Our friend Alfred is transgender and needs to escape from the southern United States, which is becoming increasingly dangerous place for transgender people to live. And there's 2 ways to help him. One is to do all these things, write down and manifest, and use these manifesting techniques to manifest some safety for Alfred. Or you could try doing what might actually work, which is donating to his GoFundMe. I'm going to put here a QR code for a moment to his GoFundMe. To Alfred's GoFundMe. It's for Alfred, right?
yes.
Alfred, a QR code link to Alfred's GoFundMe. I'm also going to put a link to it in this YouTube video's YouTube video description area, and in the causes I care about section of my page of links, I will also have a link to it there. And to get to my page of links, it is redangelsophia.com. And remember, I spell Sophia with a PH. So I guess I'll go on.
Nope.
it'll give you an exact step-by-step system to follow to activate exactly what you want. When you use this activation, your desire literally has no choice but to show up because you're following specific principles that activate your manifesting in a specific order. So if you like having an exact go-to process, you won't want to miss this. This is truly one of my most favorite manifesting hacks.
Is he going to do anything more in this video other than advertise?
No. Actually,
No.
this is all she does, and there's nothing left. Her hack was to write it down.
So would you say that that effectively we've reached the end? I mean,
Oh,
I know
yeah.
there's like that we're done, that we've effectively finished manifesting the tearing down of this video.
Most definitely.
Yeah, so from there onwards, it's mostly her doing the usual plugins and it's the ending bit. But we already caught the meat of the content. And one thing I would like to add is that if you take the law of attraction very very seriously, you're essentially saying that any bad things that happen is essentially your fault because you're not putting in the effort to manifest. And there are critics who say that, right, how about people living in impoverished conditions or those who are persecuted for whatever reasons? Is it their fault because they did not manifest? Or if they try to manifest, I mean, if you're in a dire situation, right, you would be asking yourself, oh my god, like I wish things would be better because you're desperate, right? You're hoping for something. You're effectively manifesting. But then things oftentimes don't work out, if no matter how hard you hope. So are you saying that your energetic frequency is not aligned? Because you're essentially putting blame onto people who are experiencing bad things. And that's really messed up if you look at it that way.
So you're saying basically that it's victim blaming.
There you go. Yeah. You sum it up correctly. It's victim blaming.
You're right. It is victim. Yep. It is very much victim blaming. So I guess that.
Sorry. It's kind of like when I first became a Satanist. It's kind of like when I first became a Satanist. People are like, why would you choose to have all that conflict in your life? I was like, I didn't choose the conflict. The conflict was already there. I just chose to accurately represent myself, which happened to be through the satanic values.
I see. So yes, you're absolutely right. And while I am privileged compared to some other people, some other transgender people, I've gone through a lot of nonsense that nobody should have to go through because of being trans. It's not because I manifested it. And yes, I've had also some good strokes of luck, like a very accepting family, but I did not know that was going to happen. So what happened well for me also is not a result of me having manifested it. I just happened to be lucky in some respects, but not others.
And here's the thing. You did not put effort to those good things that happen. You did not put effort to align yourself in terms of energetic frequency. As you say, something's like a stroke of luck.
I don't think I did any more energetic frequency to get my family to be accepting of me than did other people who got kicked out into the streets for being trans. It's just I happened to roll better dice that way in that case. That's it.
Yeah, and also if you claim that when you're manifesting things and it works, is classic case of confirmation bias. And then also I noticed, so if you read the comment section of the video, you have a lot of people giving testimonies that it actually works and that sort of thing. And it's all positive comments. And I would say that this would be a classic case of selection bias, in the sense that when you want to test out something and see if it works with a lot of people, you want your selection to be as random as possible. But when you have selection bias, in this case, you tend to you tend to, okay, I will use this word, attract people who already believe in these things or who already have this personal bias in these things. So the number of people that you have to affirm law of attraction is already very skewed compared to the general public.
Also, we do not know that she necessarily censors her comments. We do not know, but there's no way
that's
to
possible
verify
too.
that. We have no way to verify that there's no independent oversight to verify that she isn't. For all I'm not saying that this is what's happening. So don't anyone say that I'm saying that. I'm saying, for all we know, it is possible that there are people who are saying, this failed me. This system failed me. I've been trying it for years and it hasn't done, and things have only gotten worse. And for all I know, someone may have put that video, that comment here, and it been deleted. I'm not saying that did happen, but I'm saying that there is no way we could know if it happened. And
yeah, and that's just scary when you think about it.
it's like those videos about somebody going around Los Angeles, asking people what they think about a certain controversial subject, and you hear only people who agree with that person, who sound like they know what they're talking about, and people who disagree with that person, who come off sounding like complete idiots. For all we know, they could have been like 100 people they saw who disagreed with them and sounded very coherent that he just deleted, or maybe even some people who sounded coherent that disagreed with him, that he could have even edited them down to either sound like idiots or sound like they agreed with him. You don't know.
Yeah. You don't know. And it's truly disturbing the lengths that some people will go to get their confirmation bias.
It is. It is quite disturbing.
Now, for me, generally, like yeah, the law of attraction. So we all have bias, right? And pretty much everyone have bias, and it is important that we recognize this bias. And if we truly believe, like, if you really believe that the law of attraction actually works, and you know that is absolutely true, or you have confidence that's absolutely true, then do not be afraid to put it to the highest scrutiny ever. That's actually what I did to my Catholic faith, and boy, it was a fun ride that led to my deconversion, because I dared to put it to the highest scrutiny.
Anyways, the opinions of my guests are not necessarily my own opinions, nor are they necessarily the opinions of my cat Amber, or of the monster hovering over my bed, or of the gremlin possessing my elevator. And for that matter, even my opinions at the time of the making of this video are not necessarily my opinions at a later time. Anyways, this is Tearing Down Terrible Videos Together, which is part of the channel Red Angel Sophia. And if you have a video that you would like to see torn to shreds on this show, then just come visit the Discord, the channel's Discord, and let us know. You can find an invite link to this channel's Discord on my page of links, which is redangelsophia.com. I spell Sophia with a PH. and there you can find an invite link to this channel's Discord, and then there is a channel on that Discord specifically set up for you to recommend videos for this show. Anyways, thank you very much for joining me, Tylo and Alex.
Thank you for having us.
The pleasure's all mine.
Anyways, until next time, see ya.